Okay, so another thing that I've been reflecting on is, you know, really being dysregulated, so let me explain this. So you all know, if you're going through this, your whole life gets completely turned upside down, and you might be in, different situations where your entire life is totally dysregulated. So in my case, I moved out of state. I no longer had a home. I was living with my sister, and everything was just off. And then, you're going through your emotional stuff, and then on top of that, I was going through stuff where I was living that was not pleasant. And so I had these two different conflicts going on, and then not having a place of my own, and that made me really dysregulated. And so I got up every day, and I still did my work, and I would go to Barnes and Noble and sit in the cafe just to get out of the house, and I would do I would do my work, but I didn't have a regular workout schedule anymore that I used to have. And I didn't have this regular work ethic that I used to have. I mean, I tried to keep it up, but because I was having to leave the house, things were different. I had to get up and get ready before, where maybe before I would just still be in my bedclothes, and I would work for several hours. Maybe I'd work for an hour or so, and then I'd get up and get ready. So my whole schedule was off. And what I want to say about that is, like, when you're going through a divorce, you're completely dysregulated, and you just need to not beat yourself up about that. You're going to be dysregulated until you get into a space where, for me, it was like, you get into first of all, get into your own space. I have my own space now where I could literally start creating a schedule for myself. I had to figure out, what is my new schedule going to be? How am I going to work out now? How do I want to do that? What time do I want to do it? Everything was completely different, and it will be for you. Things will be very dysregulated for a time, and you may not want to work out or do other things because you're going through the grieving process. And what I would just say is, be kind to yourself. And, if you can, you get yourself to go and do a walk or something, anything that you can do. I am going to tell you to really push yourself to exercise. I did tons of walking. I was not doing my regular workouts that I did. I had no interest in doing them, but I had trails all over the place. And so